Okay, here we go once again. I'm going to do a quick run through of my characters like I promised before and get into this. This is my hunter, which used to be one of my mains, and I've got the beast back there, but unfortunately doesn't keep his title or anything anymore, so that was a bit of a waste. This is my priest, who is pretty much just a bank alt right now. I have a guild on there, and pretty much just uses tabs for all my junk for all these characters. This is my druid, not entirely sure why it has a quiver on, but that's the way it's happening. This is my old 19 Twink Rogue, who used to be awesome back in the day, back before we had any expansions really, and used to be number 1 or number 2 on the server for 19 Twink Rogues. I can't remember, but oh well, that's really hasn't been touched since then. This is my mage here, who is in carry gear, and this is back whenever I used to run with these three. My mage, my paladin here, and my hunter used to be my mains, mainly this paladin though. I've got him in some Zulamon gear there, and some a Kara sword, and I believe a Sunwell shield. It's just what I'm using to level up with. This is my warlock. As you can see, he's in demonology spec right now. It's just because I farmed the Anzul boss for the mount, so he's usually just destruction. This is my death knight. Really don't play him on that much, but hopefully we'll have some stuff coming up here very soon. Pretty much just trying to get everybody outlands before the shattering happens. And of course, this is my shaman. Now my shaman is pretty much the main character that I'm trying to focus on now whenever I'm not doing anything else. And right now I'm going to do a DPS video here for you. It's not going to be a great one, but it will at least show some shaman DPS here. Now basically what's happening here right now is an earthquake, of course, because well, it's the shattering is going to happen here. But anyway, pretty much these are the totems that I use. It's Earth Shock, I'm sorry, Strength of Earth, Flame Tongue, Mana, and the one for spell damage, I can't remember right now. But whenever you do this, you want to make sure you have your lightning shield on and your flame tongue on to get your bonuses. Now what I like to do first of all is throw up my flame shock, do my power, and throw off a lightning, lava blast, just to get that going. And you pretty much just want to keep using lightning bolt and chain lightning to charge up your lightning shield until you get to 9 stacks, and I have a little mod on here to show me, as you can see that little cloud up there, and then you want to pop your earth shock, and that does a fulmination if you're spec'd into it. Pretty much it's rinse and repeat at that point. And you want to do lava blast every time it's up, and whenever flame shock wears off, you want to add that back in there. So you're going to have to kind of time your flame shock and your earth shock in between those. As you can see, sometimes I'll miss it because I need flame shock back up, which it got me some pretty decent DPS, but it's not 100% yet. I'm still working on it. And but yeah, that's pretty much it. You just rinse and repeat. Keep lightning bolt is basically your spam spell. Every time it procs or you get your lava blast back up, you get that in there. Whenever you get pretty high on your lightning shield, you want to pop a chain lightning or anything like that to try to get some more stacks. As you can see, I'm nearing the 9 again, and here pretty soon I'm about to get it again and pop a fulmination. But that is your basic rotation, especially on a boss. Now, and right there I just got it again, and I'm popping off the fulmination here in just a moment, and it will get rid of it there. So, this is mainly for a boss, and of course this is a heroic, the heroic training dummy, so it's not going to be 100%, but this is basically your rotation that you would use if you had a boss or a single target, and wanted to do the maximum damage that you can in an elemental spec. Now, with more haste, with better gear and things like that, of course your crits will be much higher, and your haste will allow you to cast much faster than I do. And this isn't a 100% video. I wasn't on my best here. I was really just trying to get this pumped out before I go back to work. So it's just really just BSing around, just doing a normal rotation. It's not you know, 100% rotation or anything like that. It's going about as best as I could at the time. But with this going through here, I mean, you can see some pretty decent crits in there. Usually 10 to 15,000 in my crits, which isn't great, but you know, not bad for a mainly spec'd in tier 7 stuff from Nax 5-man, or Nax 10-man I should say, I'm sorry. And this goes through, and I've got a couple extra pieces other than that, but the majority of everything here is right whenever Old War came out, I pretty much stopped playing at that point. So most of this is pre-Old War gear. And then I took my 1.5-year break, and I'm back and trying to figure out which characters to actually use. Pretty sure I'm going to keep the Shaman. I've got my DPS set as okay right now, enough to run some random heroics. My guild took me into ICC on my Warlock, which has really horrible gear, and I was out DPSing the tanks at least, so that was some good, considering I never used that destruction spec or anything like that. Pretty much learned it that day. Wasn't getting maximum DPS because he still had some greens and some blues and things like that, but they were all really surprised at how well I did, which is why I got into this guild. But really with everything, some of the add-ons that I use here is mixed scrolling battle text, combat text there. I also have power auras, which is giving you the things that you're seeing right there in the middle of the screen. I have those set up. They're very easy to set up. I want to give a shout out to thanks to a shaman in our guild who helped me set that out and set me his settings and everything. I'm going to be using this guy Elemental until I can just run the random heroics and get some tier 10 gear on him, and then we'll be going for some healing gear after that. So hopefully I can get both sets, and whenever Cataclysmic gives out, I can jump into some heroics right away and get some things done healing or DPS, either way. And I'd like to just kind of get a set for both there. Now, mainly the only thing that will matter is hit, as far as what I will or will not need. So a lot of the gear will be interchangeable, thank goodness, and I can go and reforge for hit or whatever I need to do, or if I need to do a hop back and forth between my DPS and my healing set there. But this is the basic rotation. I usually go for the full 5 minutes until my totems are up, which they are going out right now. So, as you can see, I'm going to pull up my DPS meter here. Now, I stopped at, I believe it was 4,600 DPS, so maybe a little bit over. I'm going to show you some of the counts that I got right here. I'm going to show you some of the crits that I got. It's going to show you your average and your max on everything. I love recount for this. It really does help you know if you mess up or anything like that, or where you get your better stuff coming in through here. But as you can see here, it's got pretty much all my stats on what spells did what damage and everything else. And I believe that on one of my fulminations I did get a 15,000 crit in here, which didn't show up on the Blizzard's battle text, so I'll have to work on some of that, maybe get one that'll pop up for your max crits or something like that. But yeah, I've been wanting to do a DPS video for a while in the Shaman. Now that I finally get everything settled down, know which rotation I actually want to do, and finally had some time to do it. My Fraps is working okay right now. It's not 100%, so I don't really want to take it into an instance or anything yet. I may on one of my random instances here in the next day or two, but pretty much here, I mean, all my gear, I'm going to go pretty fast through the gear because it really doesn't matter because it's all old gear. But anyway, it's going to go through there and get everything on there for you, and that's everything that I've got. So right now in my Vegas, it's showing that everything has stopped, but yet it's still showing me recording, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this recording up and go ahead and exit out of this. So talk to you guys again soon, hopefully. This is my first time using Vegas to edit my video, and hopefully everything will be working just fine and this video is actually going to work. So I will go ahead and stop right here and talk to you guys later. Goodbye.